Hello, my friends and family. You ready to spend some time in the kitchen with me today? I'm actually going to be making two videos. One is going to be a dessert, and the other I'm going to be working on our supper. Both, by the way, are low carb videos. So the one I am doing currently, which I'm fixing to set up for us, is for a dessert, and actually this one is going to be a low carb Oreo cookie type of dessert. I'm going to be making a chocolate chaffles with a cream filling it in the center, and then for supper tonight we are actually having some steamed seasoned kale, some cauliflower mashed potatoes, and and I'll be making a turkey meatloaf, ground turkey meatloaf. So I am going to go ahead and start setting this up, and I'm going to share my kitchen time with you. Okay, y'all, so I am going to be using a measuring cup. Each batch, again, makes 2 chaffles or waffles. So I'm going to be actually making 2 batches, so this way I can have this later on for me and my husband. One complete dessert with the filling. The filling that I will be using will provide for 2 sets of mini waffles. This recipe, each recipe makes 2 mini waffles, and the whole entire thing with the filling and the 2 chocolate waffles is about 5 grams of carbs. So I am going to be I am actually going to be making 2 batches of these, and then I'll be setting them aside, and then I will make up my filling and set it aside for later this evening. But I will show you, to try to demonstrate as much as possible, how to do this. So it starts off with a recipe, and I'm going to use 1 egg to start with. I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of dark unsweetened cocoa powder. Some people use the black one. I've got both, but I want to try it with this one first. 1, 2, hang on. This makes it easier for me to scrape it off. Alright, there's my 2. I need a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. A 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And 1 tablespoon of heavy whipping cream. And I'm going to mix this all up all together. Now, I've never tried this, and with it being egg, I'm really hoping it doesn't taste like an egg, because there is actually no flour source whatsoever, not even a almond flour mix. This is it for the ingredients. So I actually may make an extra batch just so I can try this with you. No, there is 2 tablespoons of sweetener I forgot to add too. So, and use a sweetener of your choice. I need to add 2 tablespoons of my sweetener. Now I got it. Now I need to stir this all together. It does come out kind of thick. I just hope this does not taste eggy, y'all, because if it does, I'm scratching this thing. It smells good, though. And again, just like the Wonder Bread, you're only going to use half this recipe, and then make the other half 3 minutes after this one's done. So I'm just going to lightly coat my waffle plates, and I'm going to pour half of this mix into my waffle maker. We will be back in about 3 minutes. Okay, y'all, so here is our chocolate waffle. Like I said, the two of these with the cream cheese filling is supposed to represent either like a Hostess cupcake or an Oreo cookie. Now again, I have to make some more batches just so I can make enough for me and hubby, because each batch makes enough for one person. However, I'm probably going to make an extra because I do want to try this with you. So I'm going to take a piece of this off. Without it having no almond flour and stuff, it has me concerned is, would this actually taste good? So let's find out. I mean, it breaks apart like a cake. I don't know if you can see this, but I mean, it's actually kind of amazing. It doesn't look nothing like it would like an egg. So okay, y'all, I'm definitely going to finish this recipe because this is a go for. Yep. Oh yeah. Wow, I'm impressed. I'm seriously impressed. I figured this would taste eggy. It does not whatsoever. Wow. Okay, so I will continue with this recipe. Okay, so I have all of my chocolate waffles made, and I will show that to you right now. We have that one. I actually made 3 batches of this. Like I said, each batch makes 2. So I now have these cooling off. These will be used later. I'm now going to go ahead and use my filling for each one. So in here I have 2 tablespoons of softened cream cheese, just like so. Now I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of sweetener to this, and a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And again, use your sweetener choice. Now I need a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla. Then I'm just going to mix this together, and I will refrigerate this for later. I will take a small sample. It's basically 1 tablespoon per dessert per person. And between the filling and 2 of those chocolate waffles, it's going to be 5 grams of carbs, net carbs. And I'm just going to mix this all together. There are other recipes out there. I just chose this one. Like I said, I've got room for trying others. I try not to go too much into experimenting, but these were ingredients that I had around the house, so I went ahead and gave it a try. Now I'm going to go, oh yeah, that's really good. So this is go-to recipe. Really simple, really quick video, and I figured in case anybody has got that sweet tooth taste, would like something that's low carb, something that a diabetic can actually have, this is a go-to. So with that, I'm going to stop this for just a second and be right back with you. Okay, now to show you how to do the assembly, and I'm going to say, because it made this small little batch here, you can divide this by 2 but I'm thinking that this was enough for 2 chaffles, just like this. So I may make me another batch of that. So how I would do this is I have 1 chaffle here. I would take my filling, I would spread it in the middle, and then I would top it over on top, and that would be a complete dessert with approximately 5 grams per person for this whole thing. So it is, to me, the flavors are very much worth. It's another one of those recipes, honestly, that taste really sinful. Those kind of scare me a little bit, but they have worked. It keeps my husband's sweet tooth cravings down, him being diabetic. These are things that he's able to have without it hurting him. So, and that's the reason why I make these, because not everybody knows how, you know, what we can and cannot have out here. It's hard. It's really hard. And a lot of this stuff we get from the stores just isn't worth it. So let me go ahead and put this up right there right quick, and I will be right back with you. Okay, my friends, so I did want to say something about these desserts, or some of the stuff that we buy at the grocery store. We'll find that we have quote unquote keto friendly bread. We have granolas. We have treats like these. There's so much nowadays of keto coming out. But let me warn you about something, and it's a huge warning, y'all. If some of you who are actually doing full-fledged keto, you eat these products and you find you're kicked out of ketosis, there's a reason why. If some of you who are on low carb are eating these products and find that you're gaining weight instead of losing weight, or you are plateauing and you can't go anywhere, let me explain why. For those who are diabetics and you're eating these so-called keto-friendly items that the store is producing, and you find that you're spiking in your sugar, let me tell you why. The reason for this, and I'm going to tell you the biggest secret and how to determine the actual carbs to these products that these companies have gotten a kick out of getting on the trend. And that's basically what this comes down to. Do not look at the net carbs, y'all. The ingredients that they are adding in these products, you want to look at the total carbs, not the net carbs. Please go by those total carbs before they start subtracting everything that they have added to it. This is the reason why you're kicked out of ketosis. This is the reason why you will plateau or gain weight. And this is a reason why this will spike a diabetic. I have seen it over and over, and it took me a while to understand what I actually had to look at to know if I am going to use these products. I better know what I'm looking at, because it has spiked my husband in bad ways many, many times, and it frustrated me. It's nothing but a kick these companies got onto. They're marketing off of this, but folks, it's not as good. So if you can, like this, do it yourself. You know what's in it. It's all natural ingredients. You've seen this for yourself. I added an egg, farm fresh egg. I added vanilla extract. Yes, a sweetener, substitute sweeteners are not all natural, but it is something that a diabetic has to have, and it's something we can use. Then there was the cocoa powder. Well, there is absolutely no sugar in the cocoa powder. It's 100% cacao. So these were natural ingredients, and every time I make something homemade and natural, my husband can actually have this and it will not spike him. So I'm hoping I gave you another option and a treat, because we don't always know what's out there. We don't always know where to look. And when I come across something and I find it, I'm going to share it. And I've told you this before. So this will conclude our dessert side as far as having a low carb, sugar-free dessert for anybody who is doing low carb food or diabetic. So until next time, much, much love to each and every one of you from Parton's Heritage Homestead.